Okay, so where was I? Yes, socialism sucks. If you lived through it, you know it. If you've read a history book, you know it. If you've done anything but listen to these communist and liberal and pinko professors at universities, you know that socialism sucks every time it's tried. Ends up in massive low standard of living. The only people who live well are people who work for the government. And basically, you get a low standard of living, or you get shot in the face if you try to combat it. Whether it's Venezuela, Cuba, Nicaragua, China, Russia. Oh God, China! They've killed at least 100 million people in China and Russia. People who do not agree with socialism. So, by a certain age, you realize that socialism sucks. But if you're young and dumb, you hear Bernie offering all kinds of free stuff, and you're like, oh, I want to vote for Bernie. He's an honest guy, and he's the most full of crap out of all. And unlike Biden, who's enriched himself millions of dollars since becoming an elected official, Bernie the socialist has gone from living on a dirt floor to being a millionaire with 3 properties while in Congress and as mayor and several other positions. Oh, don't want to. Got to keep the tinfoil hat on. So anyway, how do you spread socialism through all these democratic countries where the old people know that socialism sucks? You kill the old people. That's how you do it. So, this Wuhan virus supposedly came out of a market that was 300 yards from a place in Wuhan where scientists test viruses and bacteria. And believe me, at China, they're looking for weapons, okay? And the weapon they want is almost like the coronavirus, almost perfect. The only problem is I think it's going to be easy to cure. I think this malaria drug is going to cure it. And they were almost there, and then it got accidentally released in China, of all places. That's why they covered it up for 2 months. That's why it spread all over the world. People from Wuhan flying all over the world. Okay? These are facts. Alright? Get used to it. Hashtag Kung Flu. If you think Wuhan virus is racist, try on Kung Flu. Alright. So, it's a perfect weapon. You want to kill the old people in the industrialized West, where we have democracies, so they become socialists, eventually communists, and then we'll have a global government, and the Chinese will be the leaders because they got the money. So that's the plan. But accidentally got released too soon. Somebody who worked in the lab released it out too soon, and it hit China first the hardest, and then it hit wherever random places Wuhan people were flying to. Apparently Italy and Iran the most, or maybe it's just Iran's health program is so terrible that's why they got hit so hard. Who knows? But Italy has socialized medicine, so that's not the solution to what we're doing. Trump is coming up with the solutions. He's going to solve it, and pharmaceutical companies are going to solve it. And not socialized governments, okay? And but what you need to recognize is that the Chinese, that's why they covered it up for 2 months. That's the conspiracy theory, and that we'll revisit that in 5, 10, 20 years, because everybody will say, oh my God, Florida man was right. Proud Florida man. He figured out the conspiracy the first time. Okay. Because this virus is too specific. I have a strong education, despite being a Florida man. It is too specific to old people and it's way too contagious to just sprung out of nowhere. Alright? This came out of a lab. This was being designed. And they were putting the final touches on it. They didn't want some malaria drug to be able to cure it. And, oops, got released too soon. Everything went to crap. And hopefully someday we'll get to the bottom of this and expose the Chinese for their biological. See, it's like a undercover biological weapon, you know. It's not something where, you know, if they came and released it in red state territory first, and it devastated the elderly population in red state territory, Texas would go blue. It would totally go as planned if they could have done a controlled release. And nobody ever would have traced it back to China. Alright? It is an accident. Or an act of God. Good luck. God bless America.